Hey guys, it's Mr. Ben and Mr. Kevin here again today, and we're doing a cooking video on French toast and eggs. We're thinking that Mother's Day's coming up, and what mother doesn't want to break from cooking? So obviously, for French toast, you need a loaf of bread. We did Texas toast because it's nice and thick, and I love thick Texas toast. You also need eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a quarter cup of milk, and 4 slices of bread, but obviously we're gonna make the whole loaf. Some things that we added just to sweeten things up a little bit are some brown sugar, some salt,
maple syrup, and powdered sugar.
So first, we're gonna put our eggs in because it's always better to start with wet ingredients. Make sure to get all shell pieces out. Next, we're gonna throw in a tablespoon of vanilla. I'm gonna use a little bit less because vanilla is really strong. Now, I'm going to put in 3/4 of a cup of milk.
And then we're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. And then we are gonna mix this all up using a whisk. Kevin is gonna demonstrate how to do that.
A good way to show that it's well stirred is all the bubbles on the top. So you know that you've done a pretty good job of stirring it when you let it settle and see all these bubbles there. So now we're gonna add our own special ingredients, which is just a little pinch of salt and some brown sugar. So I'm just gonna use different salt than that.
But we still have the brown sugar. And then make sure you stir this up.
And here's some finely ground salt.
Our next step is to put the toast in our mixture that we have prepared, and we are going to be using tongs to do this, so we can thoroughly coat each side of the toast. And it should look something like that. And then we have our electric skillet prepared, which it'll go directly on.
So for the cook times on these, it's pretty much just like your own timer, but you want to make sure that each side gets a little bit of brown on the back. Like this one's probably ready for a flip here. That one could have left a little longer, but you see how it's cooked and browned on the back. So in the second part of our video, we're going to show you how to make 2 different types of eggs. Scrambled and Ben's specialty,
Eggs in a basket.
So scrambling eggs is pretty simple. You just want to put as many as you're going to scramble inside the bowl. We're going to do 4. I always like to throw just a splash of milk in there. And then whisk it. If you don't have a whisk, a fork works even better sometimes. So, we're gonna throw some butter in there, and that's just for flavor. And then we're gonna spray the pan so that the eggs don't stick. Get that butter all over the pan there. And then with scrambled eggs, you just pour all your eggs in there. You want to keep the temperature at a medium low. Just keep moving the eggs around so that nothing sticks to the pan. And so you just kind of want to go around the edges and push all the cooked egg into the middle of the pan. And like I said, just keep everything moving so that nothing sticks to the pan. So once you stop seeing liquid and you just kind of start to push around these cooked eggs, if you want them nice and chopped up, you can kind of mash them up and chop them up with your spatula, or you can just kind of keep flipping them over like so. But again, you don't want to overcook them, so pretty much I would say give it about 30 seconds after you stop seeing liquid in there. Keep turning them over, keep the heat the same, and they should be done. These look like they're ready to go.
Alright guys, for eggs in a basket, you're going to need 1 egg, 1 piece of bread, and some butter. So first thing that we are going to do is take a glass or a mug, whatever, and your piece of bread, you're going to put the mug in the middle and just push down so it'll make a nice little circle, and you can rip that part of bread out. So once you have your piece of bread with the hole cut out, you put some butter in the pan. So this will help the bread and the egg get a little bit of flavor and cook a little bit better and not stick. Make sure that you get butter all around where you're going to be cooking. You can do that by just tilting the pan. It's kind of fun. Once you have your butter melted, you are going to place your piece of bread in the middle, the hole, and then you are going to crack an egg in the middle. You can also throw on your other piece of the bread and cook that as a little bit of toast as well. Alright, as you guys can tell, the outside of the egg has turned white, and if it's completely white like this, that's a sign that you can probably flip it. So you're going to look underneath, and if there's any color, like this still needs a little bit more time cooking, but you want a little bit of brown under there before we flip it. So as you can see, there's a little bit of brown underneath, meaning that this is ready to flip. So what you're going to want to do is get as much of the spatula underneath your bread and egg as possible and flip quickly. So And then you can flip your piece of bread as well, and then make sure to move it around just a little bit to get that extra butter on the piece of bread. Alright, so the second side is going to cook a lot quicker than the first side, just because of how cooking works. I don't know the exact science of it, but if you check the bottom side of this, you can have a little bit of brown, and from the top you can tell the yolk is a little bit harder. So this is done. You can take that off. And that, kids, is eggs in a basket. So that concludes our video of making eggs and French toast. We made eggs in 2 different ways. We made eggs in a basket and scrambled eggs. The reason why we chose to do a breakfast food is because Mother's Day is coming up, and like you guys know, or should know, mothers do enjoy breakfast in bed. So this is something you and your siblings or you and your dad can work together on and do something nice for your mom on Mother's Day.